Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn and this is a spring equinox reading for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, let's get right into it. Our spring equinox this year is March 20 and that marks the day that is a balance between light and dark. And after that we get more daylight in our days and less night. So it also leads us into Aries, which is the beginning of our zodiac cycle. It is the first sign, so we're renewing again in that year. And just a week following our equinox, we also have a beautiful full moon. So we've got lots of beautiful energy to work with. Let's see what transition you are going to be going through while we are in this beautiful equinox energy. Okay, so we had one card pop out and we'll set it there. We'll just see if any others want to pop out. And if not, we will cut the cards and we will read from there. Okay, so we will cut the cards. All right, so we're also going to draw from another tarot deck just to fill out the base reading. I can tell you already, Sagittarius, that this Psychic Tarot deck, it has major and minor arcana in it, the same as a typical deck would have, with separate, different focus, so to speak. And 5 of the 6 cards that have come out are major arcana cards, which speak to events, unfoldings, realizations that have a bigger than normal everyday impact on your life. So you're coming into a powerful window of time here. And let's see what else comes forward. Okay, so we'll take a look at the numbers first because you know that could be significant. We've got number ones are repeating here. We have a couple of number ones. We've got 2. So 1, 1. We have a 2. We have 2 9s as well. So the first, or 1 week, 1 day, 1 month could be important. Look for 1s. Look for 9s possibly as well, because you've got 2 cards that are a 9 and 1 that is a 19, which is the 1 and the 9 as well. So that could be important to you also. So pay attention perhaps to the 19th as a date or a repeating number, to 9s that show up as well. And 9s typically mean that we're near the end of journeys. You know, in the tarot, it's close to the 10 and that closure. Okay, so let's get started here. We have Salt. This would be the Strength card. This is again another major arcana. Strength and karmic power, balance and self-control, confidence of equilibrium between spirit and matter, strength. This is connected to Leo, which is also a fire sign, but you are a fire sign, Sagittarius, so this could be, you know, drawing on your own fire energy and strength as well. But this is a karmic balance coming up. And this is about you exerting your self-control and having confidence in the balance between the spiritual and the material. So we've got prosperity begins. Both of our ones occur in the same pass as well. The first one is prosperity begins. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, going through, this is a new beginning. This may be a new beginning that you were in the process of unveiling or creating for yourself in the recent past. It could also be something that is going to unfold during this equinox time. If it is something you've already created, started, launched, so to speak, then this is an affirmation that there is a true time of prosperity that's going to begin within this window of our equinox, and you know, the shifting of that darkness into the light. And this is affirmed with your number 1 awareness. This would be the Magician in a traditional tarot. But if you notice in this tarot, He's got the third eye is lit up. He is connected with his source energy. It's not his third eye, it's his crown. His crown. He's connected with his source energy. He's connected with his intuition. This is a masculine, but it can be any identity. It's not a masculine energy card necessarily at all. It's that connection to source, and then you see the ring of light that is around your higher source, your higher chakras here. So that is tuning into that karmic balance between, that which is not seen and that which is seen, and having faith that the two of them working together bring you your outcome. That's what the message of these three cards just in their own are telling you, because you've got this here, which is your karmic balance. This is strength. You've got the strength and the will to create this prosperity, and it is at its beginning of manifestation, but it is up to you to take that action, and that action needs to be taken with faith, with an understanding that you have your strong and are ever building a stronger relationship with your source energy, with the universal energy, with, our spark of creation, so to speak. And then we have, moving forward, the olive tree. So this would be the Page of Pentacles, and this symbolizes winter. So we're moving out of this energy. Enjoy new ventures and hobbies. Look at risks and rewards. So this is about enjoying this new journey that you're sparking on, that you may have already begun or that you are going to begin, that you are contemplating. Enjoy it, but measure it. Find the balance, and that's that reference back to karma again. Balance the, what does it say here? Look at the risks and the rewards. So you need to be able to have direction, and you need to be able to measure where you're going with the possible risks and possible rewards. Now, this is leading to prosperity, but again, with this card here, you've got that karmic balance where you've got a balance between, your actions and the universe and your connection to source, which guides you through all of these things. You need to use your intuition. We've got the number 2 here. This figure is using her intuition. This would be the High Priestess. This isn't an action card necessarily at all. This is a card of observation and going within. This is a card where you look at those repeating numbers, signs, signals, messages, ear ringing, downloads, that tingling feeling you get, tingling on your crown, tingling at the back of your head, third eye. Sometimes there's pressure, when the messages are coming in and the physical body has difficulty assimilating them because it's such a dense form, But this is all about pay attention to those signs and symbols where you just know what you know, what you know. You don't know how you know it. You don't know why you know this, but you know this. There's just, it's a knowingness. And pay attention to that. That's your intuitive sense. That's that High Priestess energy that will help you to measure those risks and those rewards, because you may be faced with people in the coming future where, they may be a little bit overzealous. They may be a little bit overly excited to aggressively pursue something, and maybe it is that you need to take a step back and you need to just measure it all, and you need to make sure before you leap forward. Perhaps it is that you've got someone that is sort of stalling things as well, on the opposite of that. Perhaps you've got someone that's stalling this effort and you're uncertain as to why. The strength and the balance is also in knowing when it is to move through that kind of energy, bypass that kind of resistance, and move forward with what you know is right, because that person or that group of people, perhaps, they don't have the same insight you have. They don't have that same intuitive strength that you have. They don't have that inner knowing that this process is not just external. It's not just materialistic. It's not just in the form of 3 dimension that we can see and touch in front of us. It's more than that. It's deeper than that, you know? And moving forward, you've got number 19, the light. This is also major arcana. This is the sun. Things are really going to open up for you, Sagittarius, within this equinox time period. You have this beautiful open window that allows you to metaphorically turn the soil over, so to speak, you know, and just dig it all up fresh, create something new, and allow yourself to flow with that process of planting new seeds and new beginnings. And I'm just getting grounded here. I can feel it. So it's really connecting into turning things over, not shaking things up, turning it over, putting to sleep those things, putting to bed those things that no longer serve, that have served their purpose well, and you're grateful for that, but it is time for you to move on and to look towards that beautiful sunshine, that beautiful light that is leading you to these prosperous moments that are coming forward. It's just beautiful. So moving forward here, we have Elvedra, retreat and find the true unconditional love inside. The answer lies within humility. Define and delineate the hermit, number 9. Connected to Virgo, which is an earth sign. So the hermit, that is the energy where you need to come back inside. And some of the answers that you are seeking, you're seeking from an external point of view. And you know, it's very interesting. Here we go. See, this is how the synchronicities work. This is number 9. This is the hermit. In this deck, number 9, solitude. This would represent the hermit as well, in the same pass. So you have the number 1s here in the same pass. 2 different areas, though. You've got, you know, your manifesting here and your connection to source. And then you've got the physical and the material prosperity here in your number 1s. Then moving forward towards the end of this equinox window, you've got this beautiful energy of the 9s. 1s are the beginning and 9s are near completion. They're near fulfillment, you know. That's beautiful. But this is saying you are going to have moments where you go into solitude, where you meditate, you go within. And one of them, you know, the Ibiza Tarot speaks to, you know, that intuition and going into the heart energy and this unconditional love. We can only feel that first glimmer of that unconditional love when we go in and we drop into that heart space. And that happens through stillness, through meditation. It also happens through doing things that we genuinely, just on the most intrinsic level, enjoy and find the most joy doing. When you are in that moment, that's unconditional love as well. You are in the flow of whatever you're doing and time just doesn't seem to exist. Do you notice that when you're doing something that you love, when you're really in the moment of something, that the time just passes and you had no idea that much time had gone by? You know, once you come out of that experience, that is that space of no time, of unconditional love, where you are sincerely connected. And all you need to do is just, what would it take? You know, hand on your heart space. What would it take for me to experience that unconditional love? What would it take for me to be an expression of that unconditional love from my heart space? Open up the heart space. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. And this equinox, for those Sagittarius that are coming into this awareness, this experience, if those that are connecting to this is a beautiful reading with very little conflict, with very little adversity. This is really all about you and your journey and the possibilities. And the last card here, we're not finished with the reading, but of the basic passes, we've got number 5, wisdom, and this is also major arcana. Through this experience of going within and having this hermit moment where you're contemplating, where there's nothing outside that's interfering, where it's just you, stillness, and just allowing whatever is going to move through you to move through you. Open up your heart space to that. Visualize that beautiful pink and green energy. Make that, expand that outside of you. You know, we all have that ability to take that energy and expand it and make it bigger. Just push it out and push it out and allow that to break open. And that's just it's a beautiful space, and it's so powerful. You're going to come to some powerful realizations through that and gain some wisdom that wasn't there for you before. There may have been glimmerings of that wisdom. You may be on a learning journey, and this silence that you're going to experience, this quiet time, this reflection, this is going to allow you to see some things you didn't see before, to share perspective that you didn't have before. The universe wants to share that with you. It wants you to see that and feel that from a loving space. This prosperity and abundance, this only happens, for the longevity when it comes from that complete space, that space of gratitude, that space of abundance where you are grateful for all the things, big and small, the people, the places, all the experiences, everything. Those that teach us, that bring a little bit of pain, be grateful for that as well, But you're coming into this beautiful space where you're gaining some wisdom, and you're going to use that wisdom in order to move forward and turn your soil over, so to speak. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to draw one more and see what happens. Savoring pleasure. I find I fully embrace bliss in my life. So there you go. That's just an affirmation of what we were speaking about before. I fully experience that bliss with all of my senses, known and unknown, with everything that I can see and touch and feel and hear, but also all those things that are intangible. You experience that bliss from all those places. And then sharing of yourself. I'm an incredibly generous being. This is going to give you opportunities, whatever this is, to share who you are and to share this wisdom, this knowledge, these experiences with others to help them to grow and to build and to evolve, And then we have the breaking. I love this card. It looks like chaos, and yet it's not. And you are at this place, Sagittarius, of the breaking. You may be far along a journey and have reached that space where you felt this glass ceiling. You're now breaking through that with the help of this experience that you're going to be moving through, and this equinox energy that we are coming into, which is very important. Set your intention and be clear. You are breaking through here. You are breaking old bonds, bonds that of the mind, bonds of karma in here as well, bonds of self restriction. There's a better word for it, but I can't think of it. Where the places where we stop ourselves. You're coming into a new space with a new understanding of faith and connection to source, where you're going to be able to move through this breaking point and come into this place of the sun and the light, where you're going to be able to manifest even more, so much more than what you've been doing in the past. And if this is a new journey for you, then you can be very, very excited about this, because this is the beginning of a beautiful thing for you. If you are beginning to break through spiritually on your journey, on your path, it can be disruptive, so to speak, but it's a beautiful space and it's well worth the journey. And once you start, there's no turning back. The universe won't let you. So all of these things will be here for you, the opportunities to evolve and move through and raise your vibration are there. So Sagittarius, this is your reading for your spring equinox 2021. I wish you all the best. If you can, please click like and subscribe. And if you can't subscribe, please click like. Help me to build and grow, share with others, and stay connected with you. All right, remember to live big, shine your light bright.